welcome back to my nail corner. Today I am working with some Virgo and Gem dip powders. This is their little summer release. It was 6 dip powders and I already used 3 of them in a mani. If you are following me on Instagram, then you saw it. I will pop a picture in here, but please go ahead and follow me over on Instagram if you aren't already, because sometimes I post manis in there that I did but did not film. So you may be able to grab some inspiration from there, and it's also a great place to reach out to me via DM if you have a question or need to let me know something. Sometimes I don't get back to the YouTube comments super promptly, so that is a great place to reach out to me if you want a bit of a quicker response. I try to stay on top of those. So anyway, I will put in here the swatch picture from Virgo and Gem of all of the 6 summer release colors. I really enjoyed them. I thought it was a great little set, and so they could mix and match really easily. The other mani I did included that teal color, and I forgot, or I'm not sure, maybe I didn't know, that the teal glowed in the dark. So you know me and my glow powders, that was a fun surprise for me when I cured those in the lamp, or cured the top coat in the lamp. It glowed in the dark, and that was awesome. It had a great glow. It stayed all night long. They have some great solid glow dip powders. In fact, they have a whole bunch of white glow powders that glow different colors. So I've been tempted to get all of those and do an ombre, a vertical ombre from pinky to thumb with all the different ones, and then they would glow in the dark like a rainbow. Wouldn't that be fun? Man, now I want to do it all over again. I had thought about that a long time ago and kind of let go of it. Now it still sounds like fun, and summer is a great time for that kind of stuff because maybe you're out late in the dark and you have glowing nails, and that's super fun. So anyway, now let's talk about what I'm doing here. So I just went ahead and dipped clear on those 2 nails, and I'm going to activate those 2 nails. Those are going to be my accent nails, and I am going to do some color blocking on those. It is not necessary for the standard dip powder user to put clear down first like I am doing. The reason I am doing that is because I have peel base on my nails over my builder gel. So if you've been with me for a while, you know my process, but if you're new here, I will just quickly explain it. And also, thanks for joining us. Please consider subscribing. Oh, and I'm coming up on 4K pretty soon here on YouTube, which is super fun. So I'll be getting a giveaway together for that, so stay tuned. And like I said, subscribe. So anyway, I have builder gel on my nails that protects my natural nails in between my manis because I change them out so frequently. I want to be able to pop off that dip powder, so I use peel base. If you want a long-lasting dip powder mani, peel base is not the way to go. I see girls in the groups asking how can I get my peel base to last 2 weeks? I don't know of a possible way to do that. Peel base is really meant to be for short-term wear, not long-term. So I'm sorry if you're looking to get 2 weeks out of your peel base. First of all, I don't think it'll happen. And second, I think that trying to keep that on for that long, a dip powder mani on for that long with peel base, you're just asking for moisture to get trapped under there on your natural nail and get what we call a greenie. And it's going to be like a green, kind of like a fungus stain on your nail. And you can't get rid of it. It just has to grow out. So I don't think anyone wants that. And I think that having peel base on your natural nail and trying to get it to last for weeks is kind of asking for that. So it's another reason I like builder gel, because with the peel base on top of the builder gel, if my dip powder lifts a little bit and moisture gets under there, it's no big deal because my natural nail is protected by the builder gel. So anyway, that was a long way around telling you why I was putting a clear dip down. And that clear dip is because when you're color blocking, you use tape. And if I put tape on top of peel base and then pulled it up, it would pull my peel base off. So we'll get to that color blocking in just a minute. But in the meantime, I'm doing a couple of solid dips of this really pretty pink. it applied beautifully. I just, Virgo and Gem, their liquids are bomb, their powders are super smooth. I just have no complaints when it comes to them. I highly recommend. So if you haven't shopped Virgo and Gem, definitely check them out. I have a discount code in my link below. So if you look down in the description box, there's a link that says discounts and referrals. Check that out anytime you're shopping, because I may have a discount code for the company you're shopping for, and it would just save you a little money. If it says affiliate, then that means I get a small commission at no additional cost to you. I get a small commission from that company. There's only one, I think. So, there's one brand, and then my Amazon storefront. If you shop from my Amazon storefront, I get a very small commission. It's probably like a couple cents, but it adds up, and it helps me keep this going and buy supplies and that sort of thing and continue to produce content for you guys. So I appreciate that. But all that to say, I do have a link for Virgo and Gem. It is not commissioned. I don't get anything from it. It's just a discount code for you guys. So make sure you use that. It also lets the businesses know kind of where you heard about them. And so that's helpful too, because then they know their marketing is working. So when they send me a product to use and then you guys end up going to their store and shopping, that lets them know that their money is being well spent in sending product to me to show you guys. So anyway, it all works for the purposes of nails. So I appreciate your contribution to that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my main application here of those solid nails. I'm going to cap them in clear dip powder and then move on to color blocking. So I'll be back in just a second. And while I'm watching this video, I'm realizing I don't have rings on my hands, which is very unusual, but I obviously had taken them off for my workout. I take them off whenever I'm lifting a bar in the gym because I don't want them to get all scratched and stuff, and I forgot to put them back on. So there's that. Just a side note that means nothing to you, but I'm thinking out loud. So anyway, hang in there. I'll be right back. Alright, so now I have got that main color on, which I really liked this pink. I felt like it suited my skin tone just fine. I have like an olive skin tone. My husband and I were talking about it the other day, and he was like, why do they call that an olive skin tone? And I was like, I get that it has like green undertones, but he goes, it looks more like your skin looks like honey colored. And I was like, I kind of like the way that sounds better. So I think that we should change that and call it honey skin or something. I don't know. Anyway, I am applying, this is just washi tape. It's like a tape for using in planners and on crafts and like picture books and stuff. And I just had it on hand before, and so it's become like my color blocking tape. So you can use Scotch tape, painter's tape, whatever you have on hand. And then you just want to put that tape across your nail at the place which you want to block off. And then you're going to apply your powder to the other side of your nail. This takes a little trial and error to decide like what you prefer. I like to do my, I don't know, I think I like to do my solid color first and closest to like the bottom of my nail, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think I say that, and yet now I wonder if like I vary it from time to time. But either way, that's how we're doing it this time. So I am applying the base to my nail just like you would normally, and then I'm going to use a small spoon to pour the dip powder over my nail. Now you could just pick up the jar and pour it over your nail like above the lid and then save the powder that way, or over a cupcake liner, whatever you have on hand. if you have a swatch stick, you can use that to pick up the powder, just whatever works for you. It's just going to be easier to pour it over than to dip your nail into powder because you have that tape situation. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to both of my nails twice, just like I would if I was applying a full nail, like a full layer of dip powder. You're going to do two coats, 2 layers, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, coats seems weird, but I guess that's exactly what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that twice on both nails. You guys, I am a mess today. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to do that to both my nails, and then I'm going to come back in just a quick second and talk you through the second half of that nail process. Okay, I am just about to get ready to pull that tape off, and I wanted to pop back in for a second and explain why I'm doing it right now. The reason I'm doing that is because I know the longer you leave that tape on there, the more chance you have of actually lifting the dip powder that you want to stay in place when you pull the tape off. So hopefully that makes sense. I mean, you have applied base, it gets onto the tape, and that base is super glue. So the longer you let that dry, the more chance you have of kind of messing up that line when you pull it off. So I just tend to do the first nail as soon as I'm done, and then the second nail then. So just a thought, the longer you leave it there, the more chance you have of kind of messing up that line, so to speak. But how satisfying is it when you pull that tape off and you have like that nice clean line? Now, that being said, if like any of it leaked under the tape and you have like a blurred line, so to speak, there are ways to resolve that. So if I had pulled that off and seen kind of issues with the line, I would have just grabbed a cuticle pusher or any kind of tool like that and just kind of zhuzhed the line to be clean. You can also activate that part of the nail and then take like a file, like if you have one of those metal files that's nice and thin, or I guess any file really, and clean up that line. So do know that this process, though like a bit time consuming and like a little tedious, just go into it with patience and the knowledge that you can fix a lot of things if they don't come out perfectly. So just be patient with yourself. I think it's a pretty fun look in the end. You just have to go into it knowing it's going to take a minute. You know, it's not just a regular dip nail. So consider it your nail art and take your time with it. So now I'm going ahead and applying my base to the other portion of my nail. I know you know, we activated that clear dip underneath, and some of you might be wondering like, ooh, you're not supposed to apply your base on top of activator. Just, it had been long enough between like applying the dip powder to all my other nails that activator was like thoroughly dry. And so that's a non-issue at that point. So I went ahead and applied my glitters. I'm just patting them flat because there are different sizes of glitters, and I just wanted to make sure everything was laying as flat as possible. And then adding a few pieces of glitter in where I had a couple of bare spots, because I had decided to just go with one dip of glitter. It had enough coverage for what I was, looking to see. It was really great coverage, actually. And I know that 2 dips of color, especially with my thin Virgo and gem liquids, was not going to be very thick. So I knew if I added like another layer of glitter that portion of my color block was going to be higher. And then you can just like do extra capping and clear to kind of give yourself that buffer. But I was happy with the one coat of the glitter, and so I left it like that. Now, when I'm finished this, I am going to cap these nails in clear, and I believe I do 2 coats, especially because I'm using my thinner Virgo and gem liquids. I wanted to give myself a bigger filing margin. It's easier to do 2 dips of clear and then have that space to file. than it is to have your heart broken by filing into one of your colored glitters and just kind of messing up the look you were going for. So in my book, a lot of times when I'm doing a look like this, you know, where it's taking some time and some effort, I really want to protect it extra with more clear or just like some chunky glitters that I know are not going to be forgiving if I file into them. So I always recommend better safe than sorry, and if you want to throw in an extra layer of clear, then that's what you should do. So I'm going to go ahead and cap these in clear, file and buff off camera, and then come back to wrap this up with you guys. So hang in there, and I'll be right back. Alright, so there you saw chunky and misshapen to now kind of crisp and clean and the shape that we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and activate these, but I just want to encourage you guys, I've walked away from my desk many times with like really just chunky and messy looking nails and then come back from filing just really happy with the outcome. So just be patient with yourself. Do take your time with filing. I think that's really where the magic happens with a mani. So just, you know, like I said, be patient and trust the process and it'll come together. So I'm going to finish activating these and then go in with my dip top coat. So I do want to walk through the dip top coat process because I more often than not have been doing gel top coat. So I just want to remind everybody of the kind of magic steps to a dip top coat. So your activator, after filing and buffing, just really needs to be on the surface of your nails. It doesn't need to soak through anything or do anything magical to the dip powder. That is already thoroughly cured by your first application of activator. This second layer of activator is just to cure your top coat. So you apply your activator like we already did, and then wipe off with a lint-free wipe. And that's just going to get any excess activator off the top of your nails. Because activator cures your top coat, you don't want it getting back into your top coat bottle. That is going to make it get thick and gunky. So what you're seeing here is my first application, my first layer of top coat. You're going to want to do 2 to 3 quick swipes over the nail, and then wipe your brush off, as you're seeing me do, on a paper towel before you put it back into your bottle. That is going to keep the activator that is on the surface of your dip powder right now from getting back into your dip top coat. Like I said, it will start to cure the top coat in your bottle, and nobody has time for that. So now going in with the second layer, you can take your time a little bit more, be a little bit more thorough, because your first layer of top coat is kind of forming a barrier right now between your activator and your brush. So if you have gone in with dip top coat before and had your brush harden on you, it's because it's lingering too long on the activator and it's actually starting to cure on your brush. So just beware, your first coat should be a little bit quicker, 2 to 3 quick swipes, and then back into the bottle. Whereas your second coat, you could really take your time, get around your sidewalls and cuticle line and free edge, and then cap that free edge to keep it sealed in nice and securely. I love Virgo and Gems liquids. Their top coat is really nice and shiny. I just have nothing but good things to say. So if you're in the market for some liquids, definitely consider checking them out and putting them on your list for next time if you're not in the market at the moment, but you know, we'll all run out someday. So anyway, this is going to be the finished coat of that top coat. And as a reminder, dip top coat is 2 coats, not 1, not 3. If you go in to apply a third top coat, it's not going to cure. So just 2 layers, and that is the magic. So if you mess up your top coat, you need to buff it off, apply your activator again, and then do the 2 layers of top coat. So I hope that helps you if you've been having any issues with top coat application. So now I have let that dry down for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm going to go in with my Candi Skincare Cuticle Oil as per usual. This is my finished step for every mani, and honestly, I use it multiple times a day. In between manis, it just keeps my cuticles hydrated and healthy. I love all the scents that I have. It just makes me happy. So I always say it's like chapstick for my cuticles. So if you need some, definitely check out the discount codes in the description box below and grab yourself some Candi Skincare. Thanks for being here, and I will see you guys in my next vid. Bye now.